Entrepreneurship World Cup India 2021. It's a great pleasure for us to see you all here. So a bit about the Entrepreneurship World Cup. The EWC is the world's largest and most diverse pitch competition and support program for the next generation of entrepreneurs that brings together startups at all stages from all across the world. Since launching in 2019, EWC has supported more than 300,000 startups from 200 countries and has awarded more than $2 million worth in cash prizes. $1 million in cash will actually be up for grabs during the EWC Global Finals this November. The top 100 global finalists will have access to $75 million of in-kind services and support, including those from our partners and providers at Amazon Web Services, Segment, HubSpot, and others. EWC is definitely more than just a pitch competition with a chance for life-changing prizes, as it offers entrepreneurs free training materials and also resources, for example, $25,000 worth of perks from dozens of partners already on the stage of registration and submitting your application. The global finals, as mentioned, will be taking place in Riyadh in November 2021. So the Entrepreneurship World Cup is brought to you by three enablers. It is an initiative of the MISC Global Forum, the Entrepreneurship Network, and the Global Education Leadership Foundation. So as a representative of the Global Education Leadership Foundation and on behalf of all the global hosts, we're super excited to welcome you all here today. And it's at TGELF, it's definitely one of our core priorities to support entrepreneurship and innovation. And we are definitely really excited to have you all here. So moving on, today we will be having three experts in our jury panel. So first we have Radhesh. Radhesh is managing partner at Arca Ventures Labs and is also very experienced in investment and also different, product market fitting, etc. Just, keeping it a bit quicker. Next, we also have Nazia, who is a social entrepreneur and also has been a brand ambassador for over 13 years. And finally, we also have Kirti, who is Vice President for New Technologies at Sun Group, who is also a co-author of a prominent ebook. So with that, we would really quickly want to remind you about the competition and about the framework of today's competition. So we will be having 3 minutes for you to pitch your company, and this will be followed by the next 3 minutes for the question and answer session. And during that, as already mentioned, you will be having your notifications about the time showing at the bottom of your screen via closed captioning. So please do keep track of the notifications on your screen so that we don't have to interrupt you. We really don't want to interrupt our fruitful discussions today. And with that, we would like to actually proceed without further ado to our pitches today. So we will be having 6 finalists today with us. 3 of them will be proceeding to the national finals. Yes, this is a bit of, a check of the closed captioning. So this is how the closed captioning will be showing. And with that, we would like to proceed to our first semi-finalist today. And we would request Global Pharma to share your screen and to share your pitch with us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Maulik, if you mind also, having your video on. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, it's perfectly visible. If you just go to present mode, that'll be very helpful.
Yeah. Okay, I hope it's in full screen. You're able to see now.
Yes, perfect. Your time starts now.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. The purpose of competing today over here is the global pharma having a vision to become a company managing supply chain management for various distribution companies across the world. Since there is no one single platform today, that is the purpose that we want a synergy to be developed across the world through our communication and through our expertise of the technologies. So our vision is to get into the entire world and showcase that. So that is one of the primary requirement, and we are currently doing wonderful across various technologies. Like we have set up an backend having no set of various functional expertise with us in supply chain management, Salesforce automation, and CRM. And we are also into data analytics and cloud enablement. Our solutions are having like complied with various countries, different set of regulatory requirements for pharma in particular. So it supports the companies who are into this business, and they will be able to set up their business through our application, and they'll be able to use it for their distribution purposes. And yes, we like this entire application is a cloud-based application, and it serves and purpose to have to facilitate the buy and sell of the goods between those pharma partners. This entire technology is basically by Surgeon Systems Private Limited. They are the digital transformation partner, and they are having the core proprietary technology stake, having this platform providing us. See, why global pharma? Because since it's a single platform for all pharma fraternity for an B2B platform, it can a company can start with one or two licenses, and they can upload their stocks, and they can have and buy and sell through the platform. We believe that we should give them a platform where they would be able to search the composition based drug requirements. And since we faced different pandemic situations, and we saw that there was a various kind of a requirement coming up, and various manufacturing industries have been hampered due to shortfall of the manpower production capacities. So this is something to facilitate and platform where the requirement can be shared across the world, and one can facilitate it. So that is the core purpose behind it. And
extremely sorry, Maulik. Really sorry to be interrupting you, but I'm afraid the time is up.
Okay,
let us now proceed to our question and answer session with the jury members.
Okay.
Hi, Maulik. This is Rajesh here.
Yes,
so how are you differentiating with the buy and sell is very much part of any ERP solution for any organization. Are you facilitating like a EDI or a Rosetta kind of a network, which is basically exchanging information between two organizations?
Sir, your voice is a little low. Can you please come again? I'm not able to understand your question.
My question is, are you basically, are you in the space of exchanging information between two organizations?
Yes, sir, absolutely. The buyer and seller both will have a platform, common platform, where the backend would be given by us. They would be able to up their stocks, and the buyer and seller will be able to see the availability of the drugs, and accordingly they can act on it, and accordingly they can meet and exchange the business. So the platform will be facilitated through the shipping agencies and the EDI logistics companies, and then they can get into the business, and we can facilitate the monitoring of the transactions.
And so how are you different from the current existing integration frameworks like Rosetta Net, AS1, EDI?
Sir, so far I have not seen them working throughout the world. I think I tried searching out Google various times, but I could not see a common platform having no different set of countries or drugs or their requirement having much detail into their composition, because each country or specific state would have that different set of composition. That is very important aspect that we need to bring in here through our platform. That will be a different USP which we will be approaching.
Okay, anyway, in the interest of time, I guess if other jury members have questions, you can ask.
My question to you is, you're already a functional platform, right?
Right.
So currently, how many customers have you accrued?
Yeah, see, the technology partner which we have today, they do have a big base of customers. They are using this platform called PharmaNet, right? So this platform is being used by leading pharma companies across the world. But the purpose of our company, our brand, Global Pharma, that is something getting into B2B. So the partners, the resellers, the distributors who are working for those leading brands, they will be using the platform. The platform, they remain similar as it is being used by those leading companies. It becomes the backend, and the front end part and different supply chain algorithms which will be developed and added upon it. That is something that we are adding here, and it is a proven solution and proven platform which is used since last 10 to 15 years. More than 400 projects are executed, 60,000 plus users are using this platform already, and more than 1 billion order value is transacted through this platform.
Right. Right. So that 1 billion is your revenue. Is that your revenue? How much is your revenue?
That is certainly not our revenue currently. This concept is being built, and it is in the background where the development work can be executed, and then accordingly it can be taken further to the market.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid the time is up right now. Kirti, if there's a very quick, short question, if you wanted to ask something.
No, I'm 100% sure the answer will be pretty long-winded, so I'll resist.
I see. Sorry for that. But let us proceed further to our next participant, who will be Payaholic. Sorry. Judges, that is actually Perlex on your on your screens. So let's
hello everyone.
Let's please proceed to screen sharing.
Sir, actually,
I hope everyone can see my screen.
Yes, that's perfect. Your time starts now.
Hi everyone, my name is Muthu. I'm representing Payaholic today. Our mission is to help landlords with insightful information to better manage their property and increase their yield, and also for the tenant for seamless access to the credit. Today, if you see, for landlords, the problem is to profile a tenant. They're giving 1 or 2 crores worth of property for rent, but they don't know what kind of tenants they're getting on with. And on the other side, for tenant, if you see, most of them are salaried people, where the salary, 20 to 30% of their salary is actually going for rent. So these guys accessing to credit, unsecured limit is very hard. So we are also trying to help them there. The kind of solution we are trying to provide here for this, we have come up with an analytical driven web and app platform where it will be easy for people to track their payment, access credit, profiling of the tenant and the owner. All this will be done within the app itself. We are also helping tenant and owner with legal options in case there is any problem between them. The target market, if you see, as per Frank Knight's report, in India alone, the retail rental market size is around 40 billion and commercial market size is around 85 billion. And we are not only keen to target on the rental space. We want to enter into the rental space and then we want to get into other payment spaces also, and we can go global tomorrow. And what is the value proposition we are bringing? Very important, we are also patenting this unique way where we are trying to profile both tenant and the landlord. It's not just profiling. This can also be used for as a credit rating, because in India only CIBIL is the only space credit rating is done. There's no other way other than tracking EMI. So we are giving an alternative option. It can be a complementing CIBIL as well for banks and others. For the landlord as such, tracking the payment of the tenant, as well as helping him to find the background of the tenant so that he's not getting into any problem tomorrow. A lot of problems are being faced today by them. And also for the tenant, we are trying to ease the access of unsecured limit. It will be like a revolving credit. Every 30 days, he has to repay the rent and we can give him credit. And on the revenue model, we are trying to cross-sell financial products, loans, insurance, mutual funds, and et cetera products. And one other financial model is we will be lending to the tenant for the monthly rent, and we will be getting interest on that. And then we will charge the landlord to give details about the tenant, background search we are trying to do for him. And on the other side, if you go, our competitors, we have competitors like No Broker, Paymatrix, etc. But no one is doing A to Z type of thing what we are trying to do here, because all of them are only payment gateways. We are not just a payment gateway. We are a payment gateway. We are a credit rating place. We are profiling both landlord and tenant, so it can be used for everyone in the future. And then we are also trying to cross-sell need-based products to both of them. And on the other hand, if you see what is our go-to-market strategy, because we are giving unsecured credit to the tenants, it is going to be very easy for them to come on to us, because a lot of people have started using credit cards to pay their rental bills. The credit cards is 2% to 3% charge. And if you see last 5 days, 10 days, if they use the credit limit, it's going to be about 50 to 70% interest rate. So it is better to take credit from us because our charges are comparatively lesser. No bank is ready to give unsecured limit for rental payments. And very for the landlord, it is very easy.
Extremely sorry to be interrupting you, but I'm afraid
Thank you.
Let us proceed to our jury members.
Hi, Muthu. So what stage in which is your solution right now? Is it in operations? If yes, how many tenants and landlords are using? And second is that when you're saying unsecured loans, what happens if the tenant doesn't pay those, repay the loans?
Yes, sir. Thanks. So already we have 12 tenants paying via us, and we have 3 landlords who is collecting the rent via us as of now. On the unsecured side, yes, we are partnering with NBFCs to give this unsecured limit. Tomorrow, if the person doesn't repay, so that a CIBIL will get a hit. And it is only a small amount. We are talking about 15,000 to below 30,000 rentals. So it is just 30 days. So it's very easy for NBFC also to know whether the money is coming in or not. I hope I answered all your questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Interesting. Muthu, just picking up on where you left out, trying to just understand in the Indian landscape, especially when the rentals are very low, 10,000, 13,000, the average number that you just mentioned. In such scenario, how enforceable is the contract? What is the cost for enforcing a contract and the penalty that you want to levy? And the last attachment to that is, wouldn't you be better off working with corporate rentals than retail rental in the retail rental space? Because that might be more enforceable, and there would be more opportunity for you to do a more diligence there.
Yes, sir. We are always up for the corporate rental. As you said, it's easy for us. That is our second stage. But already banks are funding for this corporates, which means it's already a crowded market. That's why we are trying to get into the retail market first and then target the corporate market. We are always up for the corporate market. And as I said, today for the retail market, it's very costly affair, because paying via a credit card in India, more than 2%. And when you're talking about, let's say 5th is your rental date, 15th is your credit card bill payment. You pay your rent on 5th. You're charged 2%, which is almost 50 to 70% if you calculate annualized. So that is why we are coming to play a role where it will be annualized per day cost for them. And as I said, rental is not the only space. And it's more than just a payment and a credit space. We are trying to profile both the tenant and owner. As of now, no one has done that. And if you see, CIBIL is just capturing the EMIs. We are trying to capture the rental as such. And we can start comparing tomorrow. If a person is not paying rent on 5th, if he's paying the EMI on 15th, what is the kind of moral value he has? So characteristic analysis can also be put to it.
Thank you.
Okay, quick question, Muthu.
Yeah, please.
How are you acquiring your customers?
We are trying to, we are right now getting into HR. We are partnering with HRs so that a lot of employees we can attain in one spot. And then we are trying to target big residences where a lot of owners are there, owner associations. And on the last stage, we are also trying to get into, because we are giving a free insurance. I'm sorry, I left that part. We already have customers on the loan side. So we are trying to inbuild this to them. People who are taking loan, which means they are owner, they have tenants. So we are trying to match these people.
So you're getting them to volunteer information.
Well, yes. But when they want to take a loan, obviously they have to give their information.
Right.
I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So you're asking them to apply for a loan, getting their information, and then you try and convert them into customers. So it's a long route, is it?
Yeah. Yes. Two things. First is for the landlord side. If you see, we are helping the landlord give them details about the tenant. So they're happy to come and.
Solution. My question is, from a legal point of view, how are you solving the privacy issue?
Privacy, we are taking, yes, ma'am. We are taking, as per the agreement, we are taking approval from them to collect data from them. And second point, for loans, NBFC is giving the loan to them. We are just a mediating partner in this. So NBFC has all the rights to collect. Last from March 2021.
Thank you.
But we have been physically operational last two months or 3 months is what I would say, because there was a pandemic hit in March. There was a lockdown in India.
Super sorry. I'm afraid I'll need to cut you off here. Thank you very much for your presentation, and thanks
Thanks everyone.
Let us proceed to our next participant, Resell Me. Dipanjan, over to you.
Yes. Hi, one second. Let me just put it on full screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, now it's visible. Your time starts now.
Great. Thank you very much, Radhesh, Kirti, and Nazia for coming here. We are Resell Me, myself Dipanjan, Sumit Mittal from IIT Kharagpur, and Himanshu Jain from IIT Bombay. We are leading Resell Me. Resell Me is a rising peer-to-peer conversational commerce platform between retail SMEs on one hand and homemaker resellers on the other hand. Okay, Resell Me is like LinkedIn. On Resell Me, retail SMEs, a small seller comes and creates his reselling group. He is the group admin, and resellers who are on Resell Me, they discover the group and they join the groups that they're interested in. The whole business between the peer-to-peer business between a small seller and a reseller happens on the platform. So posting of catalogs, then chats, calls, placement of orders, all happen on the platform Resell Me. And where Resell Me comes in, apart from providing the platform, is when there are any issues or trouble that the reseller gets into, then we intervene and we solve the problem. Okay, so it's a peer-to-peer model, and there is no platform today to help small-scale SMEs and brands to directly connect and engage with the growing reseller community and create targeted outreach, targeted markets, targeted geographies and consumer segments for their outreach. In terms of market size, there are about 15 million resellers today, expected to grow to 100 billion by 2030. And it's a huge scope for small-scale brands and SMEs to create their own reseller networks in targeted geographies and consumer segments. Today, if we ask if there is a brand in Delhi who wants to set up its base in Maharashtra, is there any way to do that? Okay, apart from the offline model, this is an online distribution model that we are going after. And the market is expected to go from 5 billion to 70 billion by 2030. So we feel we are at the forefront of the peer-to-peer model. In terms of our competitive landscape, we are on one hand looking at Meesho, Shop 101 and Glow Road kind of marketplaces. These are like Flipkart market models where the reseller basically takes supplies and becomes a reseller of Meesho. Whereas the same reseller is coming on Resell Me today. And Resell Me is like a LinkedIn model where the reseller gets the benefit of directly knowing the quality of the supplier, tying up with the supplier. And this direct connection helps the reseller to sell the product more confidently to his end consumer because she knows the quality of the product, basically. We have 350 active sellers currently on the platform who are running their reselling groups. We have 5,000 plus daily active resellers. We have 4,000 plus group posts per day, 300 calls per day, and 2,000 chat initiations per day. And in last month, we did a GMV of 77 lakhs. We have two revenue models, subscription from sellers and logistics as a service. One is deployed, subscription and logistics we are coming up with deploying. And we have recently raised a round of $250,000 US, and we are very thankful to our investors, Point One Capital, Mekin Maheshwari, who is the XCP of Flipkart, Jyotirmoy Jeti, who is CEO of Hiveminds and an amazing brand marketing expert who is helping us, 4G Family Ventures and Fard Network with this round. And that's about it. We are there. We're getting a lot of inputs from our users, and we are updating the product right now and becoming scale ready.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dipanjan. Let's proceed to the questions from a jury.
Sure.
Dipanjan, if I might start, quick question: what are the product segments that are flying the most through your platform today? And is there a reason for that? And how do you plan to leverage kind of leverage your knowledge of these sectors and expand your own platform?
There are 6 types of categories: menswear, womenswear, home decor, artificial jewelry, fashion and beauty products. Out of these, women's wear is selling the most currently. Kurtis, dress materials, salwars, lehengas, these are selling most. After that, it is mostly menswear, then comes kids wear. So these are very huge verticals. And once we go into scale mode, where we want to pick up the next higher level of funds, then we will start more category-based onboarding.
And currently the sellers have their own websites where they're selling?
No, Rajesh, these are very small scale sellers. They are currently creating their reseller networks on WhatsApp. Okay, they go to Facebook and they promote their WhatsApp group link today. So this market currently is about $3 to $4 billion, we estimate, according to the Bain and Sequoia report also, where the small scale sellers are showing a phenomenon with the rise of resellers to create their own reseller networks. And they do not have a website typically, though few have. Small scale brands do tend to have websites. And they show inclination to create their networks as opposed to sell via Amazon or Flipkart or Meesho, because they get a lot of returns. Whereas on their network actually knows the quality. So quality-based returns are very low, and hence they prefer kind of reselling via networks. And we want to amplify that model basically in this market.
Okay.
Right. So in your pilot, which are the markets that you covered?
We are beyond the
pilot right now.
We are beyond the pilot stage. We have the product shaped up. The product design is kind of mixture between LinkedIn and WhatsApp. Okay, the product is launched. We have more than 5,000 daily active users. It's only in India currently, and it's pan-India, right?
So any city in India, any town, or have you focused on a couple of regions right now?
We are just starting to focus a little bit with the recent fund that we have raised, and the states are going to be Maharashtra, South Indian states, then Punjab, Delhi. This is where most of the resellers are coming from, apart from Bihar and West Bengal and Odisha. So the resellers are coming all throughout the country, but in order for us to be very focused, right now is a very small startup, we want to spend a little bit of marketing and do more insight gathering on Facebook, basically. Facebook is where we are focusing on for gathering resellers, yeah.
So that's your customer acquisition model using social media. And from there, do you guys...
Sorry.
Yeah, do you approach them, or is there any other tool that you use to acquire customers?
We approach resellers via Facebook, okay? And the second model that we are going to work on is that the sellers who already have their reseller networks existing on WhatsApp, we're going to apply viral engineering on that to move that WhatsApp traffic from WhatsApp to Resell Me.
Okay, and from your logistics expansion plan, I'm assuming you want to be like a Zomato where you give assistance for people to send product from point A to point B. Is that what you're hoping to do, or is it something else?
Right. So if you are a small scale seller and I am a reseller, it's a peer-to-peer model. We are like a LinkedIn. So we will bring LinkedIn logistics. So Resell Me Logistics will tie up with backend logistics providers like e-com and delivery. We have prior experience of working with them already. So, and we will give you logistics as a service. We'll give you rates through which you will manage your logistics with your reseller networks, but via Resell Me as the platform, basically.
Thank you
so
so
your
much.
Logistics hassles is done, basically. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I'm afraid I'm afraid, yeah, the time is up. So
I hope I think I finished the question, answer to the question as far as I could, Nazia. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Next,
you.
we'll have Dash Frugal Rahul. Over to you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Visible, right? Screen is visible, right?
Yes, everything is visible. Your time will start now.
Sure. Okay. So, hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Rahul VP. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dash Frugal. So we are the new age self-service user onboarding platform for SaaS companies, especially for SaaS companies. So I'm a serial entrepreneur and exited my previous startup recently. That was also again a software enterprise, a software company, like a SaaS product. So we're always challenging with the, when I'm working that product, a user onboarding and how do we convert more free trial to the premium customers. So we witnessed a huge problem like most of the SaaS companies are facing during their growth stage. Managing the user onboarding, product training, all these steps manually. Very difficult task, even with the limited resources they have on the early times. So I had a deep market research and we identified that there is no such solution that's offering digital adoption platform for startups and medium businesses to catalyze their free trial to the premium conversion. So this is one of the number one challenges most of the SaaS companies are facing during their early times. So they spend a lot of money for their marketing to drive the customers to sign up for the free trial, and again they are spending a lot of money, around 45 to 60 minutes on each and every free trial sign up, and around $10 to $15 on each and every free trial sign up to convert them to the premium customers. And we know that the first day is very crucial in every SaaS companies, and if you're able to convert, so they're more likely to stay for the long. So it's going to be a huge market size with around $45.2 billion US. Is going to be the market size in global, market size by 2025, the digital adoption platform with around 480 million plus SaaS installation by 2022. So let's get into a case study. I'll tell you a success story. So we have a client, Ukolio, an enterprise software company. So when they come to us, they have a very poor conversion ratio, spending a lot of money on their to get to free trial to premium, and around they're getting 10 to 12% of overall conversion. So we implemented a solution. We helped them to create multiple self-service method on their applications to help their end users to get started with their software very easily and manage their product training very effectively. So their users started discovering the product true potential with these all methods like tooltip navigation, voice guided facility, contextual guidance. All these facility help them to to convert more free trial to users, premium users very easily. So once they started using our platform, they reduce this $12 to $15 to $6 to $7 and also they reduce this 45 minutes to 0 minutes, and they witnessed around 10 to 12% to 20% of conversion using our platform. So we work in a subscription-based model around starting from 69 to 449, all based on the number of active onboarding this particular SaaS companies are managing. All entire features, they'll get entire features irrespective of the the payments they are managing. So we're still in the early stage, like with around last month we have an MRR around $2,500 with. Now, the interesting thing is we have started with the 50 beta customers and we are able to get around 25% of the free trial, this beta to premium conversion during our early stage itself. So these are some competitive landscape. If you look into the enterprise segment, WhatFix, WalkMe, these are all mainly concentrating to the enterprise segment with a huge ticket size and very limited solutions like user guiding, user pilot are into the small and medium business, and there is no such direct competition from India if you look into the digital adoption space. So we have very, niche, unique selling propositions. Like we are the world's first voice-guided user onboarding tool with a multilingual capability and like a fully integrated solution where they can entirely manage all the user onboarding, product training activities in a single platform.
I'm afraid the time is up, Rahul. Really sorry to be interrupting you. Over to our jury.
So Rahul, what do you guys provide for converting from a free tier to a paid tier? Do you provide do you enable people to create materials for them, like a WhatFix or WalkMe kind of thing?
It's more like a same platform, like where we provide a platform where they can create multiple self-service methods like tooltip navigation, voice guided capability. That's just one of our core unique selling proposition, along with some contextual guidance, example based onboarding. So all like kind of a platform where they can create this multiple self-service method in a single platform, and they can deploy it on their software. Let's an example, like a SaaS company, facing difficulty managing the user onboarding. All they are managing a one-to-one sales calls to help users to get started with their platform. They can replace that manual, all manual, facility with our platform, with an API integration to their platform. So the user can manage a self-service, get started with their application.
Yeah, so basically you're competing with the likes of Whatfix and Whoppy.
It's more like a Whatfix, but it's like, they are actually into enterprises segment with a huge ticket size, but they are actually into a small and medium businesses where they are actually there is no such solutions in the market, and there actually a market is not utilized very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would it be accurate if I said that you are a customizable toolkit?
So we have a set of a facility that they can deploy on their application. Customization in terms of based on their software footstep, they can create multiple walkthroughs, software footstep on their application. So at the level, it's like they can create multiple. So we have all kind of dedicated template they can directly drag and drop it to create their walkthroughs applications on their applications.
Right. So you are a toolkit and you can customize. So those are your two.
Yes.
And currently, what are your revenues, you said?
Like around, we have 35 paid users with around $2,500 is the last month MRR.
And is that like a one-time fee, or is it a monthly fee or an annual fee?
Monthly fee, annual fee. It's more like a monthly recurring revenue.
And have your customers repeated? Have you lost any customers?
Yes, we do have around as I started, we started with the 50 beta customers. I converted, around 18. I converted to my premium users, even from that beta customer itself. And I'm witnessing somewhere around 5 to 8% of churn, from our existing user base.
Okay. Have you analyzed why you're losing customers?
So we haven't, because the last 3 months, we were only there in the market for the last 3 months only.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rahul.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And the time with that is up. And let's proceed to our next participant, Reed Fintech. Jitender, over to you.
Ekaterina, sorry, this is Arctic Bot, right? The one that just presented.
Yeah, Arctic Bot is actually Dash Frugal. Yes, exactly. Yeah. And next we are proceeding to Reed Fintech. Just before we start.
Yeah, please. Sorry.
Really sorry for interrupting you. Just before we start, another quick reminder to our jury members to continue evaluating our startups on the platform. And with that, over to you, Jitender. The time starts now.
Good afternoon to jury members, EWC team, and the fellow presenters. Today, I'm going to share details about my seed a project which is still yet to come up. And this is company's Reed Fintech, and under Reed Fintech, we have worked out on a project which is a subsidiary of Reed Fintech, which is Reed Transure. And this company would be like a e-commerce platform that would be providing trucking solutions initially, and that later on would be kind of logistics. Then we would be providing supply chain solutions as well. But primarily at the beginning, we would be focusing entirely on transportation solution, which is a huge market in India and abroad also. The thing is, it is highly unorganized. If we can say unorganized, that means there are many players. And whenever we go to go to ask for a trucking solution, we need to scratch multiple number on Google, YouTube. We need to take a database directory to search for the transporters nearby. This would be a solution wherein on our platform, there would be all the transporters, truckers would be registered with us, and any member customer would be requiring a services of these companies. They would just fill in their details, requirement, the type of the container they're looking at, and the size of the shipment. and the product which they are loading and shipping. These details they need to fetch in, and they would get the code from the suppliers. We would be having supplier in terms of trucking companies, and basis those requirement, then we would be like providing quotes. Then finally, apart from these quotes, they would be selecting the best possible quote. This will help us bring down the cost involved in trucking business, because what happens is when we book a truck, we need to pay two-side fare at moment if we are not a regular trucking user. And in that scenario, we are paying huge price for the same. If we would be providing this solution over the e-commerce platform, the requirement of the buyer would be eased out, and they would be able to pay one-side fare, and they would be able to book short shipment also. That solution we are providing. And apart from that, we are also providing solution related to goods insurance, tracking of their shipment, and like if any breakdown happens, we would be taking care of that breakdown also, so that their shipment would be reached down onto their destination place on time, and with all the goods safe and secure way. These are like basic implementation we are looking at to do, and this is a like very early stage. We are only working out on creating a platform wherein we can provide these type of solution to our customers. And we are also doing surveys and discussions with large shippers, suppliers, truckers, so that we can create a product which can help them out as well, and as well as the customer, the ultimate user. And also we would be later stage focusing on providing things related to accessories, breakdown services, insurance of goods, as well as the trucking. These things we are also working on at a later stage. This is our business model in a nutshell.
Thank you very much. Let us now proceed to the question and answer session.
Thank you, Jitendra. One quick question. How do you onboard people on the supply end, which is, the transport agencies? How are you onboarding them? What are the kind of incentives that you're providing them to come onto your platform?
So first thing is these transporters are not if we talk about major cities, they would be online, most of them. If we talk about the small cities, they would not be online. So this is the problem. We would be requiring a sales team at placed at local level that would be onboarding these customers. That would be incurring a little more cost initially, because we have to hire a sales team there. Like we have planned is we would be identifying few major locations. For example, if I talk about a state, we would be initially picking up 4 to 5 major destination in that state. There we would be placing our team, which would be catering to the areas of that city as well as the nearby cities. This would be one thing we are looking at initially. And later on, we would be working on to build a small telecall team, which would be contacting me with the local as well as these small town truckers, so that they can onboard on our platform. And as far as the incentive is concerned, like if they would be connected directly on our platform, the cost which is incurring to the customer, that would be lower down. They would be getting more bookings from our side, as well as the insurance part and the breakdown part would be taken care by us. Though we would be charging a small amount on that, but definitely that would help them, because that would lower down their cost as well.
Okay, so based on what you said, it's still an idea, right? It's
Yes,
an idea stage. Yeah. So my question to you is, you clearly seem to have identified an opportunity. Have you also identified the threats and weaknesses in this idea? And
yes, ma'am.
what would those be?
The strength would be like the market is quite little unscattered, as well as they are not close knitted bonded with the if we talk about. And the thing is, this is like kind of weakness also. because we are encashing on that term also. We would be collecting them on one platform, wherein they would be like having their quotations ready on our platform, and that quotation would be based on the kilometers they would be driving in, and that would help them book for the future as well. Like if they can like charter their shipments, trucking for the future dates as well, that they are available from this date to this date, and basis that we can take future booking as well. So that will help them to be booked 100%.
Just two follow-up questions quickly. Do you have a
Yes,
pilot market in mind, number one? And number two, have you calculated the investment you need to roll this?
My market would be like we would love to start with a small marketplace, one or two states probably near to Delhi, like UP, if we say UP, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Punjab. These 4 to 5 states we would be primarily picking up. The cost I have not really worked on because that is a thing which would be depending on the acquisition model. How we are taking up, but we would like to go gradually because we don't want to spend huge amount of money and like gain nothing. So we would be working on this step by step. Initially, we would be working on these 4-5 states nearly. They are close knitted states, and the shipments from one state to other state is happening very frequent. And the market in Delhi NCR is really big.
Yeah, I'm afraid the time is up. Thank you very much. And now, last but not least, let us proceed to our final participant of the semifinals today, Team Cardi Tech.
Hi, good afternoon. I hope you can see my projection. I want to say, have you ever had an ECG done previously? You might remember this experience because it's very tedious, and there's a lot of wires, lot of squidgy cups, and a lot of clumsiness to the procedure. We have changed it. Here is our device. It's called Cyantec. It's a digital ECG for this digital world. You just connect with an app, place it on the chest, and data goes to the cloud and back office. It's analyzed and comes back to the doctor in 3 minutes. So it obviates the need for training to put the ECG on or to report it. And we don't create any disposable waste, which is not digestible. So I'm delighted to say we have been supported with several grants from the government, and we hope to become the rhythm for life. Here is our achievements in one slide. We are the world first for 12-lead ECGs as a wearable. So you won't have, there are many patches that are available, but they all measure only single lead, and perhaps most of them are for half a minute. Even the long-term ones are for single lead. We are also a world first for doing a high frequency, high resolution ECGs, which are particularly useful for a heart attack. So we have designed the first multi-usage patch, which can do a 12-lead ECG, it can do long-term monitoring, and it can even graduate on to fetal ECGs. We are reusable completely and have no waste generation, and it's a very, very important point for us. So from a long-term cardiac monitor supported by 24/7 back office, and we can bring the best cardiology brains from the metros on to the most remotest of patients. And here is the impact of our project. For the patients, it's a very simple, fast, accessible, economical option. For the doctors, there's no learning curves for putting on the ECG or for reporting it. Often it takes 6 months for each thing. And we would be the first to get a registry in India, which will give us digital data for further analysis. So the market size is huge. Even the serviceable market in the metros is very huge. We would go on to second-tier cities. So we would be replacing most of the 12-lead ECGs, long-term cardiac monitors, ECG registries, and high-frequency ECG. Here is the team. There's me with the domain knowledge who started the company. We have a very important senior person doing our software, and he is based in US and has been in multinational companies. Sanjay Guha has run Hindustan Lever and Coke and is helping us. Here is the rest of the team. We have finished these milestones, 2017. Right now, we have finished 1,000 patients' data, and we are in pilot studies with 10 doctors, going on to 100 by January. So thanks. We hope you agree we are magical. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to our jury members.
Hi, Gopal, wanted to check in terms of what is the differentiation from the current existing players that are a lot of players in this space?
You would have seen the current ECG machine, which is like twice the size of a laptop, you know, thickness, weight, everything. Here is the patch. I think you can see it. They are all reusable sensors, so it does not create any electronic waste. So often the sensors that we throw away, there is like not less than 2 billion sensors thrown in the dustbin. It would take about 500 years to digest them. We want to eliminate it completely so that we are completely green. Apart from this, these sensors that we have here are very high technology. A normal ECG is somewhere in the region of millivolts. We are able to pick up microvolts, so we are going into micropotentials in the heart, and that's cutting edge technology. Till now, it's only been available in labs, like a physiology lab, and you have to take the patient there, which is not practical. So we have reached a stage where we have made it so portable that you can put it on any patient that comes to the emergency room with chest pain, and we can increase the accuracy from somewhere in the region of 48% to around 95%. So your stay in emergency room, the number of admissions would come down.
So you're saying that you do it with the help of a patch instead of the normal leads that are put in on a particular subject. Is that right?
Correct. That clumsiness of, yes, the clumsiness of that first picture. If you have ever had an ECG done, we use those squidgy cups that sort of go on the chest, and it keeps falling off as there's a bit of hair or any disturbance. And also remember that if there is chest pain and somebody is having a heart attack, they're often sweating a lot. They are thrashing about. And 40–50% of the time when we send paramedics for an emergency, they cannot even complete the ECG. So that is the kind of issues that we have had on a day-to-day basis, and we wanted to change it. Happy to say we have, and we have done enough studies now, more than 1,000 ECGs, and we are in pilot studies with 10 doctors who have adapted to this.
Is there you got any certification from the medical?
Yeah, we have a safety certificate for CE compliance, and we will be going for the full compliance testing by June of 2022. But we already know that we have the devices that would check on every compliance law, and we have built that in the design itself. So from the beginning, we have been using the device that's used by the compliance people, and we have built it into our design itself. And the Indian compliance is only up from May of 2022. So that's why we targeted that time. Yeah.
Just a quick question. Yeah. Do you have a patent on this? Do you intend to get a patent, or do you already have a patent on the design, on the technology?
We have applied for, yes, ma'am. We have applied for 3 patents for this, and each is in a different stage. So the first one is almost 4 years old now, and is coming up for the last stage. And for that, we also have applied for a PCT. The second one is the fact that we made it multifunctional in a small batch, and that may take another year or so. And third one is for the lead placement and the way we have done it, which is quite novel and has not been done anywhere in the world till now. Yeah,
One quick
you have a fetal
Sure.
ECG patent for this. Yeah.
One quick question, doctor. The results, you said, the results are cloud-based. Even in this conversation, we see a very patchy internet connectivity. So what happens when your device is taken onto the field somewhere, and if you don't have cloud connectivity, will the results be available locally, or does it necessarily have to go onto the cloud for the result to come back?
No, the results will be available locally. So we have a system where in case the internet is not working, it gets stored in the local drive in any Android, and we are compatible from 4.2 to 5.2 BLE status. And we are working even with 2G. So if you're looking at a 12-lead ECG, let's say we need about 30 seconds of data. That is less than 15 MB of data. And so that's very easy to just push it to the cloud whenever we want. And otherwise, we are doing it as a continuous. It sort of wakes up for 1 millisecond, sleeps for 5 milliseconds just to save the battery, and does it repeatedly. So we don't have bandwidth problems. Also, when the BLE was changed, we have now the capacity to transfer 256 MB of data per second. So we are sampling our ECG, at 2,000 samples per second, which nobody has done in a commercial device.
I would imagine that is a resolution that very few people have achieved. My last question, currently for the prototypes, the cost would be very, very different. But what is your target price that you want to launch it at in the market?
So the manufacturing price even now is around $300. And so it's not prohibitive, but we are eventually planning to take a deposit and do it as a lease so that we will charge per patient because there is a service added to it.
Understood.
We'll be reporting all the monitoring and the ECGs.
Right. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And with that, these are all the pitches for today. But we would like you to still bear with us because we will be announcing our results of today's pitching session shortly. So we will now invite our jury members for a quick deliberation session. You will soon receive, just literally now you will receive an invite to join yet another breakout room for the deliberation process. In the meantime, we will request our startup representatives to stay and to wait until the results are announced. So allow us a very quick second and we will be back with you shortly. So our jury members should now receive a notification. So we would request them to proceed to the breakout room. Thank you. In the meantime, I would request my colleague Anahita to share a couple of videos about the competition while I'll also be assisting the jury members in the breakout room. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be doing that.
Also, while the videos are shown, please unmute yourself so that the audio is audible.
Evil, evil, so evil, evil Knauf. Oh, I have to.
Wonderful. We're actually back, and our jury have already made that decision. And we'll be announcing our winners of today's semifinal shortly. Just a very quick reminder that our winners of today's event will be proceeding to another round for India. The winners of today's competition, the 3 winners of today's competition, will be invited for the finals, as I said, which will take place on Monday. same time as today, 2:30 India. And with that, we are happy to proceed with the results. Again, as we always say, if it could have been a live event, obviously you would be getting a lot of applause and you would be getting, you know, a lot of congratulations. But fortunately, it's all virtual. But we're glad to announce our first winner that will be proceeding to the finals today. So the first winner will be Dash Frugal, which is Arctic Bot. Congratulations on that, and applause. Next will be Cardi Tech. Congratulations also. You will be also proceeding to the national finals, moving on. And last but not least, we'll also be having Resell Me. So congratulations. These three teams will be the ones proceeding to our national finals, which will take place on Monday. We will be sharing the additional information about that with you separately. And to those of you who have participated today and have been with us today, thank you so much. And you're definitely a winner of your own kind already. And we look forward to seeing you next year. And we look forward to seeing you at the, within the EWC ecosystem. So thank you so much again for your pitches and very interesting ideas. And thank you so much to our jury members as well today and for your expert opinion. Thank you, everyone. With that, we believe that we can conclude our semifinals for today.
Thank you, Katerina.
Thank you very much. We can stop our broadcasting with that as well. And congratulations, everyone.